Captain, envelope. Here we go. We did pretest. Which one? 5. I have high hopes for you on this. Kind of like the ancient. Look at the initiative of Hope passing out people's sheets so that they can take notes. I like it, Hope.
I'll take one.
Ben probably won't.
Just like pass.
I'm taking one right now.
Give one to Dave.
I'm sorry, Ben. For all the sticky notes that I did. This is
These are one sticky note. It just has a lot of things. You know the exact wording of that sticky note? The lack of effort is amazing.
Lack of effort
on this assignment is amazing.
Here we go. Let's correct this and then, ladies and gentlemen, for your viewing pleasure, we will review. Number 1 should be Zoe. 70 mph. 70 mph. Number 2, I'm not sure what the question is, but it's 7AB, 9C, and 12A over 5B. I would assume it's asking you for the terms of the thing. Number 3, the median, Amelia?
79.
79. 4, Sam? Each side is
56.25.
I have 15. Again, I don't have the problem here. I just have the answers in front of me. So, number 5, Soph.
A to 7 times B to 13.
Yeah, A7, B13. Please don't put times marks or multiplication signs. Just put them next to each other. That's how people in the upper level do it. A7, B13. 6, London.
I don't have 6.
Oh, is that right? Ev?
1,735.
Yeah, 71. 71. 7, Kayla. -5. Number 8, David.
30.
Yes, said with authority, 30. 9, Ella.
-0.5.
-0.5. 10 should be -AB squared C squared plus A cubed B. -AB squared C squared plus A cubed B. 11, Elijah?
6x cubed plus 4y squared.
I have actually 5x cubed plus 4y squared. Number 12, the function of D, Hope?
90 equals 8D plus 90.
I just have 90 minus 8b. 90 minus 8b. 13, Lex.
120.
Actually, can we shorten it even farther and just go L? I think that's kind of cool. Give it Alex and just go to L. L, what do you think?
Not something. No. No, I think
That's a bad idea? What? Bad idea. Alex.
Yes, very bad.
13, 1/4, 0.25, or 25%. I have either of those 3. 14, Jackson, here's where you shine, sir.
C.
Nope, not C.
-3, 0, 9, 4 and 1/2.
I have -3, correct? Then 3, then 9, and 5. -3, 3, 9, and 5. 15. Russell, negative 18. 16, Benjamin.
1/6.
Which one? I have 19/6. 19/6. 17, Katarina.
5.
I also have 5. And 18 should be Zoe. Negative 19. 19, London.
9,
I unfortunately have 9. 20, Evan. 129. I repeat, 129. We are recording and we are presenting. I love it. I could put this on. Oh, great. Let's try this again. If there are no further questions, do we have anything and all that that confuse anybody? This would be your time to ask, and again, I highly encourage you to take notes to help you for future generations and future references. Al Bromlin, how can I be of service to you today? I would love to do number 1. Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, I've told you this multiple times, but nobody seems to even care what I say anymore. But just look at this. The first thing I do here, look at the ratio I'm looking at. Miles per hour. Ella, what does the word per mean? Oh, you know what the problem is. Yeah, the word per is the fraction line. So you are doing miles per hour. Okay, but they give you yards per hour. 123,000 yards per hour. And they want you to change it from yards per hour to miles per hour, which means what label needs to be changed? I've already got my hours there. I just need to. Did I do it wrong? Thanks, catching me for not like making me look feel bad. Sorry. Oh, what was the question there? I'm sorry. What label do I need to change? Yards. This is a 2. Make me go back to orange. Let's go 3. So what am I going to do to do that? Right. I need to use what we call that conversion fraction, multiply or whatever it is. In order to do this, though, it tells you. It already tells you how many yards are in a mile, so they give you all the information. Since yards is up here and I want yards to cross off, that means yards has to be on the bottom down here. What has to go on the top? Miles. And how many yards are in a mile? 1760. So unfortunately, the answer is a little bit of stupid division. 1, 2, 3, 200 over 1760. That's easy to see, isn't it? If I were doing this, I'd probably at least cross off those ending zeros because you don't need them and take 176 into, is that where you went wrong? You struggle with the division?
Yeah.
What did you get?
I don't even know.
I mean, I can't help it if you can't define. I mean, 176 times what gives me 1232? 7. Is it exactly? It is. Yeah, 70 is the answer. 70 mph. I'm pretty sure you are capable of that division problem. I'll bet you are. So,
12.
lucky number 12. What is 12? And how do we know it? Kate is knitting 90-inch scarf at the rate of 8 inches per day. Write the function notation of the number of inches she has left to knit at the end of any given day. Let D represent the name. All right, ladies and gentlemen, another sort of thing. If the problem with this is what? Evan, what's the problem with this problem? There's just a lot of words. Too many words, right? Words and math should never be mixed. Okay? Whenever I have a problem like this, 8th graders, where I look at it and it says all these different things here, I just pick a random number and try to figure out like what. For example, it says she's doing 8 inches per day. She's doing a 90-inch scarf. Write something that gives you the number of inches she has left at any given day. It doesn't tell you how many days she's been doing it or whatever there. But I would say pick a number and see what you do. Let's say she's been knitting for 5 days. Let's just pick that she's been knitting for 5 days. How much does she have left to knit? Well, if she does 8 inches per day, after 5 days, how many inches does she have knitted? 40, right? And if she has a 90-inch scarf, how much does she have left?
50.
50. Now you're going to say, so what?
What?
All you have to do is write down what did you do to get that answer. You took 5 times 8, correct? And how did you get 50 from that? You subtracted it from 90, didn't you? So you had to take this away from 90. This is your formula. That is your function. But the deal is they want it for any given day. So you don't know it's 8. That's the number you don't know. You can just put the letter D in there. Your formula is you take 5 times however many days you're doing and subtract it from 90. If you write it in functional notation, they would write it like this. The function of number of days spent knitting out will be function of days, or you could just put x equals 90 minus 5 times however many days it is. It would work for any number of days. You could put whatever it is. Does that make more sense? Who asked me that question? Anytime they give you all this stuff to write something, put a number in, see what you did to that number, get the answer, and then write the formula based on what you did to get that number. Ta-da! I'm just tired. Jax, I'm just tired. Jax, what can I do for you?
Most
Likely. You know, I've probably done all these problems a million times after 2,000 years. What did you get, Jax?
5.
The note I would leave to myself is this, ladies and gentlemen. If you're doing this, problem number 7. Absolute value signs are grouping symbols. Which means this, Jax. You can't take this negative out here till you simplify this down to a number. You do what's inside of here first. Because if you think in order of operations, grouping symbols are the first thing to be done. Multiplication comes after grouping symbols, exponents, whatever. So you have to take 9 minus 4. You get the absolute value of 5. Jax, what's the absolute value of 5? 5. But then there's a negative sign that's not in that grouping symbol, so it ends up just being a negative 5. This doesn't become positive because it's not in the absolute value sign. It's a negative 1 times whatever you get there. And that's where negative 5 comes from. A lot of times people go, the points you make are so good today. Mr. Ron, you are on your A game today. What?
I can do 6.
Already did 6. Oh, maybe not. Sure. Lon, did you do this on a big piece of paper?
I did it on
You do it in your head? Is that a plus or is that divided? Help me out. Did you follow the order of operations, London? First thing I should do is what?
Add 4? Wait, no, parentheses.
Well, first of all, the grouping symbols are the first thing, but you can't simplify that too. It's already. So the next thing you do is exponents and roots. So what's the first thing I'm going to do? 5 times 5 is 5. 2 times to the third power is
6.
okay,
Wait, no.
8. So it's 25 minus 4 divided by 2 plus 6 times 8. After exponents and roots, Ben, the next thing you do is
Divide.
or multiply. They fall on the same line. So from left to right, 25 minus what's 4 divided by 2? 2, so I have, I have 25 minus 2 plus what's 6 times 8? 48. And then, ladies and gentlemen, remember, you have to work from left to right. This is addition, subtraction. 25 minus 2 is 23, and 23 plus 48 is 71. You would tell me if I didn't get that right. I did it right. Agree. The math on this is not hard. Russell, 33? What did you say, 3? Sure. 3. The Stanley plot shows the scores on a math test. Find the median. First of all, what's median mean? That's probably something you should write down. Median is the middle number. Median equals middle. Now, if you want to go about this the hard way, Ava, you could literally write out all of these numbers. You could write out 58, 63, 67, 69, 70, 70, 73, 77, 78, 80, 81, 82, 84, 88, 91, 95, 98. But you don't really need to because they're already written in order for you. You just have to, the first thing you need to know is how many numbers do you have? How many numbers total are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There are 18 total numbers in this whole pot of numbers. If you have 18 numbers and you string them all out, 1 through 18 there, what number would be in the middle of 18?
9. Oh, yeah.
Now, here's what you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen. If there are an even number of numbers, there is no middle. How many people are sitting here right now? 16. Let's do this. Let's just pretend. Everybody, come stand up here, single file, facing that wall, 1 through 16. Let's do it. This is what you need to understand, ladies and gentlemen. No, at that wall, going that way. I would say in front of the camera, but the camera's not on, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what order you're in, just stand there. See if this makes any sense to you. There you go. Everybody's at a place. The person who is in the middle of this line, step forward.
Evan, go.
Sure. I'll send for it.
No.
It's Kayla and Evan.
Yeah.
All right. When there's an even, get back in there, Zoe. What are you doing up here? When there is an even amount of numbers, nobody's in the middle. There's 2 people that are in the middle. Now, I joined the line. Go back. Evan and Kayla. Who is in the middle now? Go forward, Kayla. Okay. When there's an odd number, you have one exact thing that's in the middle. If it's even, there's 2 things that are in the middle because you can't cut those. I mean, well, it's confusing because you think even numbers can be cut in half, but they can be cut in half equally. So now sit down. So with that being said, Ava Russell, what is the middle of 18? Numbers 9 and 10. And when you have 2 numbers in the middle, you have to take their average. So it looks like this. This is the lowest number. This is the highest number. So if you're counting from small to biggest number, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is number 9, which is 78. This is number 10, which is 80. And you'd have to take the average of 78 and 80, which is 79. Was that the right answer? Okay. You want me to add them together and divide by 2? You're going to take my word for it. Average would be the number in the middle, too, by the way. 78. How many people got that wrong? How many people won't get it wrong tomorrow? And that's the deal. Of course, tomorrow they might ask you for the mode. What would be the mode of this thing? What number appears the most?
98.
70.
70 and 98. It would be bimodal. Those modes. Don't yawn in the middle of my math class, honestly. How do you think that makes me feel? If I could do a card trick for you, I would. Yes, I do have one. Rome land. Is it a hard one?
I didn't get it.
Really? Let me say it was over here. And you drew a square?
Yeah.
Why do you think they use, where else do you hear the word square in math? Besides the shape square, what else is referred to as a square? Right. And why do you suppose that is? Here, look, first of all, you drew this, I'll bet, did you not? And if you have a square, the sides are all equal. That's why in math, they call each side the letter S. Notice if there's a rectangle, you don't call them S's, you call them lengths and widths. So you know that S times S has to equal 225, because that's the formula for a square. Or, listen to this, S squared equals 225. Now, how do you find out what just one S is? It's the square root of 225. Because that's what square root means. What same number times itself gives you 225. And there's no easy way to do that. You just have to sit down and do all sorts of, 11 times 11. Well, it's not 11 because that's 121. 12 times 12 is 144. 13 times 13, 169. 14 times 14, what? Oh, wait, no. 14 times 12. 13 times 13 is 1. Anyways, it's 15. 15 times 15 is 225. So see how that's all related? Square root. I'm like emotionally spent already. I had myself a good filet mignon on the side with baked potatoes with some butter on it. Do you have some green beans? Cheese on it? Miller.
14.
14. 14. Kayla, did I ever say why that boy was wearing a suit on the video? Did you watch that part of the video when he stood up there? I don't know why he was wearing a suit, because nobody wears suits, but there must have been a reason. Why, I don't know why in 8th grade you'd wear a suit. Maybe it was picture day. It could have been picture day. And you just
It
wanted
was
to.
December 19th.
We didn't get to that until
Was it
December
Christmas
19th.
flags?
Yeah.
That's strange.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you asked me this? Who asked me this? No. So you're just taking this and putting it in for X, and you struggle with that?
Well, just got the first one.
Okay, well, let's do that. Again, people, I very much encourage you when you fill numbers in, you put parentheses. 3 times -2 plus 3. 3 times -2 is -6. -6 plus 3 is a -3. No? 3 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 3 is 0. I'm sorry, 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Wait, somebody else got that wrong, Jay. Did you? I think you did. And then if you put 2/3, 3 times 2/3 plus 3. Now these cross cancel, you end up with 2, and 2 plus 3 is 5. Linear equation? Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. Sophia. Second to look past, Lexi. I look at you and answer.
8.
It's only funny if you're the guy asking questions. Number 8, Sophia says. Oh dear. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you based on my like 5 or 6 years of teaching experience here, if you made a mistake on this, for some reason, at some point, people like to add 6 plus 2 together before they do the multiplication there. But that goes against the order of operations. The very last thing you will do in this whole thing is take 6 and add whatever you have left when you simplify all of this. And you didn't happen to do that, did you, Sophia? Huh?
Yes.
Anybody else do it? Just admit to it. For crying out loud. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So there's why you take notes and you tell yourself, please don't do that ever again in your life. Okay, it's just for some reason people see that and they think because it's an easy addition thing, they'll take care of the easy stuff right away. You can't do that. You have to do all of this inside first before you add the 6 to it. So inside this, I have to do 5 minus 3 because that's order of operations, which gives you a 2. And then you have to do 2 to the 3rd power, which everybody knows is 6, plus 4 is? Somebody say, no, it's not 6.
It's 8.
Thank you, Jan. 8 plus 4, which is 12. And that 12 gets multiplied by this 2, which is 24. And then you add the 24 to the 6 to get 30. Did I go too fast? Did I do something wrong?
Oh.
You raise your hand too fast on this. I really think that you're being polite to me and you don't want to criticize me out loud rather than correcting me as I do something stupid. Wrong. So is that sun bothering you? Because you could close that thing if you
No,
want.
it's okay.
But what if your face gets like tan on that one hand? So that'd be kind of strange looking. I don't want the volleyball people looking at you thinking that you have one color at the other. Yes, David.
Can you use number?
9?
Yeah.
Are you saying this just for fun?
No,
Are you fooling me?
no. You actually got a problem wrong, Dave. I got like -4 from some.
You have to divide that by
Davey. Well, let's do this. First of all, the answer is negative because one's negative, right? Remember when you divide, this one on the right goes on the outside. Oh, did you? That would be my fault because it does look a little like plussing. Although I hope you use it and bring the decimal up. You don't have to move the decimal because there's no decimal there. 9 goes into 4. No, it doesn't. 9 goes into 4. So it's negative 0.5. Please don't put negative 1/2 just because I don't want a fraction. Alex.
15.
See, I did that. I did the no look thing that she was confused. 15. Let's spice it up a little bit here. Is it on this page? Oh, sure. Alex, would it be better if I just put the 1/3 x over here and the -6 over there? Because you can do that. 2 things are equal no matter what side of the equal sign you put them on. Would that change your life at all? No?
I think it was.
How do you solve anything that has a fraction in front of it? Kayla, I'll let you go with this one. How do I solve this problem? How do I solve this? What do I do to solve this problem? I've probably told you the truth. You could listen to him. He usually doesn't try to deceive people. What do you say?
Divide.
By?
1/3.
Right. But rather than calling it divide by 1/3, I actually say to do what? Because dividing by a fraction means you flip and multiply. So technically you are going to flip and multiply. Because that will cross this off. You're left with x. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 negative makes the whole thing negative. Nice job, Ev. Thank you. Dividing by fractions, remember, just think opposites. Roland.
Really 10.
Is it an easy one? What were you trying? Oh, what part deceived you on that?
How do you combine the letters?
Combine or combine? Are you a farmer or no? So this is distributive property. I'm just gonna multiply that, negative AB times that, and that negative AB times that. So a negative, one negative is gonna make the first one negative. How many A's do you see here? Just one. This is a B and that's a B, so that's B times B, which is B squared. And this is the only C squared you have, there's no C's over there, so it's C squared. Now you have a negative times a negative for the next thing, which is a positive. One A there, an A squared there, that's a grand total of an A cubed, and you multiply. And this B is the only B that's there, so you have to keep it. Birthday? Commentarez-vous? Je ne parle pas anglais. Cantate domino benedicite. I really wish they had other colors, because I really would pick something besides these. But
You can choose anything.
you can do whatever.
No, like, isn't there that thing where it's like?
You can probably download colors.
And then you can choose like any color.
Jax, get us back on track.
Number 12.
We did 12 already.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did. Oh,
Pretty sure that was the one I said, boy, there's a lot of words there. Why don't you just put a number in there and see what happens?
okay, yeah. That's
I will put this online, and then you can go back and look at the whole thing all over again.
I don't need it.
I did think so. Alex?
20.
Oh, the end pay. Is it? How many people got 20 wrong? Anybody get 20 wrong? Just Alex and Jax.
Hold on.
And Ben. And Hope. And London. And Sam. And Katerina. I like it.
What happened?
And David. And again, ladies and gentlemen, all I can tell you is you can listen to my advice or you can ignore it, but don't blame me if you get it wrong. First thing I would do if I was you is I'd do it on a big piece of paper and I would put parentheses for all of the letters that are there. So it looked like this. Here's my tube. Here's my big parenthesis for the parenthesis that's already there. Here's my little parenthesis for the M. Another little parenthesis for the N. Big parenthesis for the cube. Plus 3, which is already there. And M squared. Those of you that got it wrong, how many of you did that? Really? I said, those of you that did it wrong, how many put parentheses? Are you kidding me? Then put in what M is 5, so any place there's an M, I put the 5. Sometimes doing this really big is, and then N is 2. So there's what it looks like. There are 2 parts to this problem. You have to simplify this part first, simplify this part second, and then you're going to add them together. Because adding is the last thing you do in order of operations. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 cubed is
27.
times 2.
54.
Jax, I have full for you. Very good. Over here, 5 squared, Jax,
25.
times 3.
75.
75. Add them there 2 together, and I really hope that's the answer. 129, yes or no? Check, yes or no. Miller?
19.
How many more do I have left to do? We probably should just do this for clarifications. Oh, gee. Same thing is true, Amelia. How many people missed 19?
Wait.
Wait, what was it?
Oh, I haven't yet.
I think it was 9.
Those of you that missed it, did you put parentheses like I did in 20 to do it?
Yeah.
Only one of you? So here it is. X, big parentheses, 3, Y, Z, big parenthesis, X, Z. And I suppose it's good to remember, ladies and gentlemen, a fraction line is also a grouping symbol for the most part. You need to simplify this, simplify that, and then do the division part probably would be the best way to do it. X is 4. X is 4. Not sure what happened there. X is 4, Y is 3, and Z is -2. Doesn't matter. This is all multiplication on top, so you don't really have to follow those order of operations, but let's do it anyways. 3 times 3 times -2, -18, correct? -18 times 4, I believe -72. I could be wrong. I was wrong once, but I was wrong. On the bottom, -2 times 4 is -8. Now I have a negative divided by a negative, which actually ends up being positive. And 72 divided by 8, every time I've done it lately has been 9. Did I get that right? I would appreciate anybody telling me where they went wrong on that, just so I know. Well,
I multiplied 18 times 4 and got 312.
18 times 4 is 312.
And then I divided it by -8.
Huh. Well, 312 is confusing. Katrina?
For some reason, I thought that 72 divided by 8 was 12.
Miller?
I put the -4 on here and
You put -4 down here?
no, I put
Here?
4 as the 2.
Carelessness would be the. Is that it? Are we done? Is this confession time? Alex? What are you gonna tell me what you did wrong?
Yeah.
What'd you do wrong?
I thought the 3, I didn't think you multiplied it, so I had it as 33 minus 2.
Oh, boy, that's gonna give you all sorts of troubles. No, that's all multiplication. And that would be, ladies and gentlemen, why you put parentheses for any letter, because that automatically tells you as well. So, were you asking me a question, or?
Yeah, number 16.
I find it hard to believe we haven't done 16 yet. Oh, not one of these equations. Anybody else miss 16? One half A minus B fours equals 5, 6. We probably should do this because I think this actually ends up being some sort of strange stuff here. Here we go. First thing I need to do is, Jack? Remember, it's an equation, think opposites. Nope. Once again, this is both a multiplication equation and a subtraction equation. You always deal with the addition, subtraction stuff first with the equation.
Add 3.
I do add 3/4. And when I add 3/4, my common denominator is 12. Making this 10 12s and that 9 12s. Adding them together, Jax, I get 19 12s. And there's no reason to change that to improper, just leave it as that. And then Kayla will tell you, for this equation here, if I have a fraction in front of the letter, I am going to, by F. No, I can't multiply by half, that'd give me a 4. Well, how do I get rid of this 1/2? I divide by half, which is the same as multiplying by 2/1. You flip and multiply. You didn't say flip and multiply. That goes away, you're left with A, multiply this by 2/1. And please, 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 ladies and gentlemen, if you could just get in the habit of reducing before you multiply, since 2 goes into 12, there's no sense in multiplying 2 times 19 and then blah, blah, blah. 2 goes into 12 6 times, and you're left with 19/6. You can leave that as input. I think that right? That is improper. We're expecting big things. We should give a big prize if everybody, if nobody misses more than 2. You think that would happen? That'd be too much to ask.
A
That
lot.
would not happen.
What if I said total numbers as a class to miss? So, let's say, some people are gonna miss 0. What if I said, how many people are gonna take the test? 12 times 2 is 32 problems. What if as a class, the whole class missed less than 32? Could it be some sort of prize? You've got nothing left to lose, David,
Less than 32.
as a class.
A
So if
pizza
somebody missed
party.
0, so another person could miss 4.
A pizza party.
I can't afford it.
Ice cream?
No, no test. No, we just go play outside.
Yeah, we.
Ugh.
We get an math.
There's gotta be more questions up there. We still have 7 or 8 or 9 minutes.
What haven't we done?
Well, we haven't done 17, I know that.
We haven't
Well,
done
it's
2, 5,
17.
11.
Did you miss 17, Ben?
What was it? Okay. Yes, I did.
Now, once again, ladies and gentlemen, if it was me and I was doing 17, which I guess I am at this point, I told you this before, when it comes to dealing with equations and decimals or even fractions, for me, the rule says if you can multiply everything by the same number, you don't change the equation. I multiply everything by 10, making it 3r plus 2, just moving the decimal one place the whole time, equals 17. And this doesn't get much easier than that because it's just a matter of subtracting 2, you get 15. And if 3r equals 15, then r equals 5. That's the whole thing. Now, if you don't do that, then it looks like this. I'll just do it just for fun because I can. 0 plus 3r plus 0.2 equals 1.7. Then you have to subtract 0.2. Subtract 0.2, you get 1.5. 0.3r equals that. So you have to divide by 0.3. Divide by 0.3. 1.5 divided by 0.3 is 5. Makes no difference, but again, I can write this one. Number 18.
I got that one wrong.
You got 18 wrong as well?
Yeah.
Wow. 10. 10, please, what's going on here? I'm not sure about this. Ben, would it help you if instead of it being negative 13 equals x plus 6, you took this and put it over here and made it x plus 6 equals negative 13?
Yes.
What would you do to solve that? Subtract what?
6 and negative 13.
And what do you get if you take negative 13 minus 6?
Negative 7.
Oh, negative 19.
You have 13 to the bad and another 6 to the bad. You
You
put two,
subtract.
you put two negatives together. You get negative 19.
You add the negatives.
You,
No, what, how do you get negative 6 if it's positive 6?
I did the same.
But you did the opposite.
Okay, so
To get rid of a
Oh.
plus 6, you subtract 6. And when you have negative 13 and you take 6 more away from it, you get negative 19. See, the question, Ben, is not the light that's going on now, it's how to keep the light burning till tomorrow. It seems like to you a waste of energy, because why would you leave a light on when you don't need it? But I think you should probably try to keep the light burning as best you can.
It'll probably go out. It'll go out.
Which one didn't we do then, Ben?
You don't need to do
Five.
We did them all.
5.
We did them all.
You don't need to do 5.
Actually, yeah.
5
We didn't do 13. 9 blue marbles, 10, 2 reds, and 1 green.
Oh.
That was easy.
That
That's
was
fine.
17 people miss it. Adding like terms, no. Terms, no. Multiplying, no. No, no. We shall overcome them. With all this to do, I'm gonna stop recording.